Hey everybody, my name is Glen Hayward. I'm the owner of Good Works Auto Repair in sunny Tempe, Arizona. Today we're going to do another episode of Under the Hood with Glen. So today I want to touch on a subject that is probably of interest of most consumers out there who own automobiles. And it is, do we intrinsically trust or mistrust auto repair centers? Is it the dealers, or is it the privately owned mom and pops, or is it the national companies? Who is it that we love or hate or mistrust or don't know how to feel? We have mixed emotions about it. So I'm going to share a personal story from last week. We took this 2006 Jeep Commander to the emission station. They gave us not only a passing grade on the emissions, but they also gave us another slip of paper that had several recalls that Jeep has out on this vehicle. So they said, contact your dealer, make an appointment, and they'll fix all these things for free. Of course, I know that they do. So we called them, made the appointment, took the vehicle over there, and they fixed all the stuff. And I went to pick up the vehicle a couple days later, and I go to the cashier. She says, okay, there's no charge on this. And then, along with my invoice, she handed me this. So this little piece of paper here was an inspection that had been done on this vehicle, done by their tech, C. Garcia, whoever that was. And has the service advisor's name on there, and I won't mention the dealership because it's not important. But what is important is that they did what they called, a thorough inspection of the vehicle and so on, and they reported three things to me that this vehicle was in need of having done. And so I can tell you historically, I've owned this vehicle now for about 8 months, and when we first got it, I had to take the cylinder heads off of it because it had some issues with the valves. And it's a typical problem on this V8 motor. So anyway, we fixed that stuff. When I did that, I put new gaskets, new spark plugs, new everything on there. And so the report here, of course, says that I needed spark plugs. And then they've got these stock pictures. I don't know if you can see these well, but they have a stock picture of a very fouled spark plug on there. And then subsequently below it, they have a picture of what a good spark plug, a new spark plug looks like compared to what this looks like. Now, these are stock photos, but it does create in someone's mind who's unwitting or doesn't understand what a good or a bad spark plug looks like, or when they should be changed. This would convince them that their spark plug looked like this and that they better get them changed. And so then it talks about all the things that can happen if you don't change your spark plugs, poor fuel economy and misfires and all the other stuff. And so the next thing that they said needed to be done was that they said the rear differential had to be serviced on here. Well, I have records that show, and I was witness to us doing that differential service. We've only put like 3,000 miles on this vehicle, maybe less than that, since we did all this work on there. So they're telling me the spark plugs needed to be changed, the differential fluid, and they also showed another stock picture of a fuel injector, a plugged one and one that's working good. This wasn't my fuel injectors because there's no way they could take pictures inside of the engine to do this. So they're saying, oh, hey, your fuel injectors need to be serviced because they're probably plugged because of the mileage that's on the vehicle. So in reality, none of this was ever confirmed, or they had a scan tool saying, hey, your vehicle's misfiring, or it's running lean, or it's running rich, or there's a problem with it. They're just selling me a bunch of services that say, hey, we're pretty sure the stuff hasn't been done, so if we can convince you by showing you these stock pictures that you need to have these services done, then you should go ahead and do them. So the unwitting, consumer would say, well, yeah, if those things haven't been done, yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that stuff, or I'll make an appointment now to come back and have it done. So the truth is, none of those three services needed to be done because they had already been done by my shop 3 months prior. So the other side of this coin is what? Well, the other side of the coin is that there was a problem with the vehicle that I did know about, and the day that I went to pick up the vehicle, it was 109 degrees. And the blower motor wasn't working. One of my techs told me the other day while he was doing an oil change, hey, the blower's not working on this thing. We need to put a blower in. So we got busy, didn't do the blower. So they dropped off the vehicle, blower not working, took it to the dealership, had all the warranty work done, the recall work done, blower wasn't working. They did this supposed inspection and said, I need all this work done, but guess what they didn't say? They didn't say, hey, Mr. Hayward, you need a blower motor put in there because, hey, your AC's not working. Now, don't you think that if they did a test drive on the vehicle, like they're supposed to do after they do the warranty work or any work, and or even their lot boy who drives the vehicle, he went to turn, the blower was turned on to high, but guess what? It wasn't blowing, and there was no cool air coming through the ducts. So don't you think someone should have caught that and said, hey, Everything else is fine on the vehicle, but you need a blower motor. They failed to do that. So are they really inspecting your vehicle? Are they really revealing stuff that needs to be done on the vehicle, or just the low-hanging fruit that they think that they can sell you by saying, oh, you've got X amount of miles on your vehicle, therefore you need to have this, this, and this done, not knowing whether that stuff had legitimately been done or not. They hope the consumer doesn't have any memory to recall whether that stuff had been done or not. So essentially they're taking advantage of you. At my shop, and at any reputable shop, we do digital inspections. If I'm going to show you a spark plug that's fouled, it's going to be one out of your vehicle. And I'm going to show you right over the hood with the hole where the spark plug would have gone, that this is your spark plug, and we're going to hold it up right in front of our digital camera, and you're going to see it for what it is. And these other services as well. If your differential fluid is dirty, I'm going to take a sample out of it. I'm going to put it on a white tray where it says differential fluid. It's going to show that fluid is discolored, dark, or it's got metal in it. And therefore, I can justify doing those services. Not just because it's the token thing to do and it's the low-hanging fruit where I can make some easy money on an unsuspecting customer. So it's really important that you find a shop that you trust. It doesn't have to be Good Works Auto Repair. You could be listening to this in any part of your nation, but you need to find a place where there are people who recommend these people because they've been doing business with them for many, many years, and they trust them. They implicitly trust them because they do great work, they have an amazing warranty, and the dealer, by the way, only has a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. Any shop that has a great reputation is going to have at least 224, 336. My shop has a 5-year, 60,000-mile part and labor warranty. So those things are really important because then you know the quality of the work that they're doing, the quality of the parts that they're using, and they're going to ensure that your vehicle is safe and reliable to drive. And that's why you should be